have the number. I have this number. What number is this? Kingston? 1,250. Now, first I'm going to write it on a place value chart. Well, I still wish I had a magnetic place value chart. That would make things so much easier. I'm going to write it in expanded form because that'll make it a little easier. No, I'm going to just label it. Kingston, what place is this 0 in? Ones. Now, I want to use base 10 blocks to solve this, or to show this number. How would I use base 10 blocks? I'm going to draw them because I can't make my one big cube magnetic and my hundredths flats won't work. Victoria? I forgot, what was my question? I just forgot what it was.
You said, how would I write it?
Oh yes, how would I do this using base 10 blocks? Those are called 10 rods. What are the 10 rods called?
Rods.
Class, what are the 10 rods called?
Rods.
10 rods.
Rods.
Not rods, 10 rods. So I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Victoria?
You would have 200.
Hundredths, flats. What are the hundredths flats called?
Hundredths
Hundredths flats. 1, 2. Okay?
Then you would have 1,000.
1,000 cubes. Ones cubes and thousands cubes have the same thing because if you look at them, don't they look the same? They're the same shape, just this one's really little and this one's big. So they're both cubes. So we need 1. Can you still hear me when I wear this? Because that face shield is giving me really bad headaches. I'm still going to ask you to wear them while you read, but you only have to wear them for like 20 minutes at a time. It's giving me really bad headaches to wear it all day. So I need 1,000 cubes. Now, if I wanted to add 100 to this number, how could I quickly and easily do that using base 10 blocks? If I wanted to add 100, how could I quickly and easily do that? Carla?
The quickest way to do it is to add up what you want.
Okay, I'm looking for specifics. What do you mean what I want?
Like what number you
Okay, so
wanna-
what number? How could I easily and quickly do that using base 10 blocks? I want to add 100. Zari?
You would add it to the number that you have. And
Victoria? I'm using base 10 blocks.
You can add another 1,000 cubes.
I'm adding 100. I'm adding 100.
You can have.
You're on the right track.
You can add 100 flat.
Good. I can draw another hundreds flat. Do I still have the number 1,250, class?
No.
No,
no.
because now I have 300s flats. So that means this 2 becomes a 3. What if I wanted to add 10? What would I do? Colin?
You would add one more 10 rod.
I would draw one more 10 rod. Do I still have 1,350, class?
No.
No. What do I have now? Zari?
1,360.
Good, because all I did was add another 10 rods. So instead of having 5 10 rods, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to change that 10 to a 6. And now I have 1,360. What if I wanted to add 1,000? What would I do? Carla?
You will add another 1,000.
Another what? What? I'm using base 10 blocks, so I would add another 1,000
1,000 block.
cube. Okay? So, now, Carla, do I still have 1,000s cube?
No, ma'am.
No. How many do I have now?
You have 200.
Now, how many thousand? Nope. Carla, listen to my question. Do I still have 1,000s cube?
No.
No. How many thousands cubes do I have now?
2,000.
I don't have 2,000 thousands cubes. How many thousands cubes?
2,000 blocks.
Carla, listen to the question before you keep keep going. I don't have, before I had 1,000s cube. Now I have not 2,000 thousands cubes. I have 2,000s cubes. So that means I change my 1 in the thousands place to 2. Basically, this is what we're going to be doing today, with or without blocks and place value charts. We're going to be adding something like 100 or 10 or 1 or 1,000. We're going to look at that place, add 1, and we have a new number. So as long as you're paying attention and focusing, this lesson might go pretty quickly. So everybody, finger or pencil on example 1. Read in your head while I read out loud. On Friday, 1,323 people saw the new movie at a local movie theater. On Saturday, 1,000 more people saw the new movie. On Sunday, 100 less people saw the movie than on Saturday. How many people saw the movie each day? Okay, sorry, perfect. So, first we need to figure out, what is this question asking us? Is it asking us how many people saw the movie in all? Zari?
No.
No. Otherwise it would say how many people saw the movie in all. That would mean we'd have to take each of these, put them together, and figure out how many there were in all. But that's not what we're doing. We're just figuring out how many people saw the movie each day. So, find an empty space, I'd say right about here. And we're going to create a little small table. We're going to say Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Can we go ahead and fill in how many people saw the movie on any of those days?
No.
Think about it before you answer, please. Zadie?
Yes.
Yes. Which day can we go ahead and fill in?
Friday.
Friday, because we know exactly how many people saw the movie on Friday, right? How many people saw the movie on Friday, Zadie?
1,323.
Good. So please think about it before you answer. That's another bad habit, is just saying an answer really quick without thinking about it, because you know nobody's going to say anything. Or because you know you're about to find out the answer, so you don't have to think about it. Well, you should already kind of have an answer in your brain, before somebody says it out loud. Because this problem tells us on Friday, this exact amount of people saw the new movie at the movie theater. Do we know exactly how many people saw the movie on Saturday? Did 1,000 people see the movie on Saturday, class?
No.
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 It says 1,000 more. Because we're not going to do all this. We don't have the time. We don't have the resources. I'd have to buy things and can't do that. More means we do what? What operation are we going to do if we're trying to find out what 1,000 more would be? Carla?
You would add up.
Good. I'm adding. So, I'm adding. I'm starting with what, Carla?
You're starting with 323.
And then I'm adding what?
You're adding 1,000 more people.
So I'm
to that
adding
number.
the number 1,000 to get Saturdays. Because I know Friday, this many people saw it, 1,323. On Saturday, 1,000 more saw the movie than they did on Friday. So that means we're taking 1,323 plus 1,000. Well, do I actually have to set this up and down and solve each place, Carla?
Yes.
Do I? Or is it like
No.
this problem from earlier? Carla, remember, think about the answer before you just give it to me, okay? Or is it like this problem where I can just go to the place that I'm talking about and just add 1? I'm adding 1,000. So can I just go to the thousands place and add 1 more? Carla?
Yes.
Yes. Because it would be like taking this base 10 number and adding another thousands cube. So now, instead of having 1,000, I have what, Carla?
You will have 2,000.
I will have 2,000. Do any of my other digits change? Am I adding anything in the hundreds, tens, or ones place?
No.
No. So my other digits stay exactly the same. So Carla, how many people saw the movie on Saturday?
2,323 people.
Excellent. Excellent. So let's go down to our answer. And in this blank, we're going to fill in the number Carla just gave us, which is 2,323 who saw the movie on Saturday. Very good. Now, on Sunday, did 100 people see the movie on Sunday? Aaron? No. 100 less. What operation are we doing if it says less? If we're trying to find out what less than another number is, what operation are we doing? Aaron?
Hello, you're not muted.
Are we going to end up with a bigger or a smaller number if we're trying to find out what 100 less is? Smaller. So that means we have to be doing, there's 2 operations we could be doing. Division and subtraction. Have we learned how to really do division much yet? Especially in this chapter? No. So that means we have to be doing what? Subtracting. So now we need to figure out our problem. Does it say 100 people saw less, 100 less people saw the movie than on Friday? In the problem? Look at the problem. Does it say 100 less people saw the movie than Friday? Read the problem, Aaron. Are we taking Friday's number, 1,323, and subtracting from it? No, why?
Because we made a new number.
Well, what does the problem say that tells us we're not taking Friday's number? Everybody can be looking at their book trying to figure out this answer instead of staring up here. Even though there's one person solving in the moment, that doesn't mean you're waiting for them to solve it. You're solving it on your own and checking with what that person is saying. Aaron, what about the problem tells us that when we get to Sunday, we're not going to be using Friday's number?
Because it says 100 less people saw the movie than on Saturday.
Good! Because it says 100 less people saw the movie than on Saturday. So that means we're subtracting from which number?
Saturday's number.
Which is?
2,320.
Good. And we're subtracting how much?
100.
100. Now, do we really need to set this up and down and solve it that way? No, because we know what place are we taking away from?
The 100.
The hundreds place. So is anything else going to change?
No.
Not in this case. So how many thousands are we going to end up with?
2,000.
2, because we're not taking away. Now we're in the hundreds place. How many hundreds? What is one less hundred than 300?
2.
200. And then are we subtracting in the tens or the ones?
No.
So they can
Stay
stay
the same.
the same. So that means on Sunday, how many people saw the movie?
2,222. That.
What's the unit?
People.
People. Good. Don't forget units. You don't have to write people because it's already there, but don't forget to say the unit in this case. So does everybody understand so far? What we're doing is we're just going to that place and we're just subtracting from that one place and everything else is going to stay the same. It's like we have base 10 blocks and either we're erasing 1 or adding 1 in a certain place, or if we had them physically, which I do have some for you, but there's not enough hundreds. I think everybody only has like 100 slot. Nope. No, nobody has any 100 slots because I don't have enough for everybody to have a lot. So we'll use those some other time, but not right now. Okay, so is everybody with me so far? What we're doing today is we're basically finding whatever place we're working with. Like, is it the thousands place? Is it the hundreds place? Could it be the tens place? Could it be the ones place? And we're just working with that place. Everything else is going to stay the same. We're working with patterns. These are called patterns. We know that if we take 1 away in a certain place, there's just going to be 1 less of that block. Or if we add 1 in a certain place, we know there's just going to be 1 more of that block. Okay, helper number 1, sanitize, erase, sanitize. Okay, everybody, finger or pencil on example 2. And read in your head while I read out loud. Miss Starcher drew a puzzle on the whiteboard. The puzzle contains a pattern. Solve her puzzle by filling in the 2 blank boxes. So this one we can follow the steps. Step 1. Each number in the first column, remember columns go up and down, rows go side to side. It's like a row of bushes. You wouldn't plant one right on top of each other because then they wouldn't grow. So you have to rows have to be planted side to side. So that's what rows look like. Columns go up and down because if you have a column on the building and you put it sideways, it's not going to do anything. So it has to be up and down to hold up the roof. So we're looking at the first column. and it says each number in the first column is blank more than the number in the row above it. Well, first we can look here to see. This tells us that we add 1,000 every time. But if we didn't have that, we could look at the one we start with, which is 78,245, and then look at the one we end with, 79,245, and look at where it changed. It didn't change in the ones place. It didn't change in the tens place. It didn't change in the hundreds place. It changed in the thousands place. It changed by how many thousands? Smith?
By 1,000.
By 1,000. So that means each number in the first column is 1,000 more than the number in the row above it. So that means to get to this number, we have to add 1,000. To get to this number, we have to add 1,000. Now, that's not going to be quite as simple, but it's not going to be much harder. Because, everybody stop and do not write what I'm about to write. Because I'm going to show you what a mistake would look like. Okay? Okay, I need to add 1 in the thousands place. Because I know I'm working, if I'm adding 1,000, it's like I'm adding another thousands cube. Well, if I go to the thousands place, which is a 9, and I add 1, I would have 10. And then if I kept everything else the same, this is what it would look like. 710,245. Is 710,245 1,000 more than 79,245? Zadie?
No.
No, it's like hundreds of thousands more. Because you have to still get to, you're not even close to 100,000 yet. And then 710,245 is like 600,000 away from 100,000. So, because what we basically did here was we put a 2-digit number in one place. And if we have a place value chart, I'm just going to do a small one. With ones, tens, and hundreds. Can I do this? Can I do this? Class?
No.
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 I can only have one digit in each place. So that means 1,000 more than 79,245 is not 710,245. It means we have to add 1 to 79 basically. Because what we would be doing is kind of like regrouping, okay? We're adding 1 to 9. Well, then that would be, we'd have to carry the 1. Then 7 plus 1 is what, class?
8.
8.
Did we do anything in the tens, in the ones, tens, or hundreds, class?
No.
No, so that doesn't have to change. So that means 79,245 plus 1,000 is 80,245.
Miss Alice?
Yes.
And if you have 1, 2 in one square, then that means that's a totally different number.
Exactly. Because 710,245 is very different than the number we were trying to get, which is 80,245. It's very different. It's hundreds of thousands of like tick marks on a number line different. Okay, now step 2. Each number in the last column, so we're not looking at this is the last row. Each number in the last column is blank more than the number in the row above it. Pretend that's not there. Let's look. Okay? 5 and 5 are the same, so we didn't change it there. 2 and 4, are they the same? Class?
No.
No, so that means it had to be in the tens place. Now yes, 2 plus 2 is 4, but did they add 20 each time? Colin?
No.
No, because they added 20 from here to here, but we have to figure out what comes between. So that means they had to add what each time? 20, if we take it and we break it into 2 equal groups,
10.
is what?
10.
10. So they added 10 each time. So all we're going to do is go to the tens place and add 1. Can we do that here without having to regroup or anything?
Yes.
Yes, because 2 plus 1 is
3.
3. Do any of the other numbers change?
Nope.
No. So that means each number in the last column is 10 more than the number in the row above it. And 80,525 plus 10 is 80,535. Okay, now we need to check. We're going to check using the last row. Each number in the last row is how many more than the one before it? Oh, well, this time it doesn't tell us, so we have to look. Well, in the ones place, we have a 5, a 5, a 5, and a 5. So did we add in the ones place?
No.
We already know it's going to be adding because it says
More.
more, which means we add. So, we have to figure out, it's not the ones. Let's look at the tens. 4, 4, 4, 4. Did we change the tens, class?
No.
No. Now let's look at the hundreds. 2, 3, 4, 5. Did that change?
Yes.
So that means we added in the hundreds place. How many did we add here between 80,245 and 80,345? How many hundredths did we add? Listen to my question, because I know some of you are not listening and you're going to tell me one number, but it's not the answer I'm looking for. How many hundredths did we add? Victoria? 1. So we added 100 flat, which is 100. Now let's check to make sure that's what happened every time. Because when you're looking at a pattern, you're not just looking at what happened between the first two objects, numbers, whatever. You have to keep going to make sure that that's what happened every time. We will do a whole lesson on patterns. And if you're only looking here and then being like, oh, that's the pattern, you're probably going to be wrong because sometimes something different happens here. But let's look. 80,345, 80,445. How many, what did we add here? What did we add here? Zari? You're still muted.
We added one more thousand.
One more.
One more hundred.
100. And then from here to here, 80,445 to 80,545. What did we add here? Carla? We added 100. So that means each number in the last row is 100 more than the number before it. Since our number we got earlier, 80,245 plus 100 is 80,345. The answer in the first column is correct. So is everybody with me? When you're doing these problems, you're just looking to see, okay, which place did I add in? Which place changed? How much did it change by? Did it get bigger? Which means I did what operation? If my answer gets bigger, what operation did I have to do? If my answer gets bigger, it means I had to do what operation? Victoria? Addition. If my answer gets smaller, it means I had to do what operation? Aaron? Subtraction. So I have to figure out which place changed, how many did it change by, did it get bigger, which means I added, or did it get smaller, which means I subtracted. Okay, let's look at the guided practice. Helper number 1, sanitize, erase, sanitize. Everybody else, go ahead and look at the guided practice. I did, because I pressed it when Victoria, I don't know, whatever. Okay, we'll do number 5. It says complete each number sentence. So we're basically doing the same exact thing. We're just putting the number instead of the word. Okay, number 5, 36,525 plus what is 36,625? Well, Zadie, all we need to do is we need to look at the number we started with and the number we ended with and see what place changed. We have a 5 and a 5 in the ones place. Did that change?
No.
We have a 2 and a 2 in the tens place. Did that change?
No.
We have a 5 and a 6 in the hundreds place. Did that change?
Yes.
By how many?
100.
100. We already know it got bigger. So 36,625 is 100 more than 36,525. Number 6, 98,264 minus what is 88,264? So Carla, we're going to look at the places and we're going to figure out where it changed. We have a 4 and a 4 in the ones. Did that change?
No.
We have a 6 and a 6 in the tens. Did that change?
No.
We have a 2 and a 2 in the hundreds. Did that change?
No.
We have an 8 and an 8 in the thousands. Did that change?
No.
We have a 9 and an 8 in the 10,000s. Did that change?
Yes.
Yes. How many did it change by?
It changed by 10,000.
And we know it got smaller because we have subtraction. So that means 88,264 is 10,000 less than 98,264. Okay, so it's time for reading, but you'll have time to do independent practice after music. So, girls at home, that means after music you'll log back on.